have brought us the very rare one-piece non-grafted Chinese tree peony. 3 easy pays of $10.85. Free shipping and handling. It will ship out when you need to put it in the ground or the container, however you plan on using it. There'll be 3 colors, and this is the first year, because we've heard you, that we've offered a potted tree peony. All right, Derek, you got a lot of explaining to do because, and it was so sweet because Ryan was talking about the garden his grandmother had, and I remember my grandmother had peonies in her garden growing up. So there's a lot of, obviously, varieties of peonies, and you all bring us beautiful peony bulbs. I love my peonies. They come back every year. What's a peony tree, and how's it different this year?
Well, so a tree peony is distinctly different from your traditional peony, like a Dutch garden peony, because it grows on a thick woody stem that doesn't flop over in the rain. Big point here, because we all know our April showers just destroy your beloved peonies. These also are not susceptible to a bunch of diseases that you would traditionally find with your normal peonies. But it gets better because these are long-lived perennials, up to 100 years.
Wow.
They're extremely rare to come by. I mean, we have to really go through a rigmarole, travel through China, planes, trains, taxis, boats, you name it, to find these, bring them to America. There's a lot of bureaucracy around
highly
it.
regulated.
But these are one of those specimen plants that you have in the garden, just 1 or 2 in your whole garden, and it makes this like a whole nother level of quality. Because why we love these is, tree peony, they bloom 2 weeks before your average peony. So if you're a peony fanatic like I am, now you can extend the season of the peony. But I want to show you why.
Okay, before you go anywhere, stay down there if you don't mind. You're young, you could stay down there. Purple, by the way, is very limited. I will tell you, in the past, I have missed out on these tree peonies. That's how rare and how limited they
sell out
are.
every year.
Yeah.
They're such a rarity.
I know, and if you wait till when the weather gets warmer, they're gone, trust me. Purple is very limited, most popular. And then we have this beautiful pink, and then we have beautiful red. Okay, you okay down there?
Yep.
Okay.
I was just going to show you that these woody stems right here, this is what makes a tree peony so special. This is hard. It's just like a tree.
Yeah.
And so this, in a April shower, it's not going to fall over. And there's something special, in the name here, non-grafted. And I want my brother to explain what that means exactly.
So if you were to go online to look for a tree peony, chances of you actually finding a real tree peony are slim to none. What you'll find are knockoffs that are grafted, meaning they kind of take a little bit of a tree peony and place it onto a garden peony. And after a couple seasons, it ends up just being a garden peony. And it's still going to flop over. It's still going to get the ants. It's still going to have all those problems that we're trying to avoid. But with our tree peony, we're starting with a bare root that was 3 years old. We planted it up in a pot for you, and so you can rest assured that it's 100% real tree peony.
And there's some benefits to having a real tree peony. For example, the people. That's beautiful. People that live in South Florida, hot places, you can't grow a regular peony because you need 40 days of temperatures under 40 for the peonies to know that it's time to wake up and to make flowers. But these do not require that cold freeze. You can grow them anywhere in the country, but they also do handle a cold freeze down to -20.
Wow, that's awesome.
They can handle the high heat in the summer. They can handle the cold winters. And that's what makes these so special.
Well, but also the other thing that makes them so special, look at that picture. Those flowers are larger than any garden peony I've ever seen. They're about 8 to 10 inches across. And I think it's because they have these strong stems that the plants are able to produce over, thousands of years of evolution. They've been able to produce larger and larger flowers. The flowers are so big.
Well, these are going quickly. 600 of you just in the last couple of minutes have ordered yours. Many of you, very smartly, have ordered more than one of them. 8,000 since we just introduced them last week. Can you walk us on how we talked about that this is the first year we're sending it in a pot?
Yes,
so help us understand that and help us understand so we make sure we get these kind of results.
The story is, in China, these are some of the most popular houseplants, outside your house to have. They're very hard to get in North America. And the only way that the Chinese government usually allows them to be exported as a bare root, which basically looks like a stick. And then, you know, we've sold those before, then, you know,
They were always very popular. They would always sell out.
But you have to plant that stick, you have to wait a while. We thought this year, let's bypass that stage. We're going to grow it for you, get it potted in a nice 1 gallon pot. And so this now is the first year that we've actually offered a potted tree peony.
And so these are very likely to start blooming the very first season.
Yes.
Wow.
Whereas in the past, I planted my own bare roots, and it took 2 seasons to get flowers. But we've done that first season of waiting for you and growing for you. So you get these gorgeous flowers like this starting the first season.
So the garden guide is going to give you all the details so you know what to do with them. But walk me through how much sun, how much water, fertilizer, what do I do in the winter?
We've got these cool little sticks here. First of all, they like a part-day sun.
Okay.
So, you know, just like a regular peony, and it's springtime, the sun isn't so powerful yet.
Right, that's a good point.
So place these where you put your ordinary peony. As well, you know, in terms of watering, ideally, they're going to get most of the water they need from the rain in that springtime. But, you know, a average amount of water, not too wet, not too dry, probably once a week is sufficient. But remember, these are long-lived, sturdy perennials. Up to 100 years they can grow. And in China, where these are so popular, they represent longevity, wealth, prosperity. When you have them in your yard, they believe that this can bring that kind of energy
I think
to
I need 2 now.
Yes.
1,500 of you have already dialed in just in the last couple of minutes. 8,000 since a week ago when we introduced, 9,000 since we just introduced them. All right, the purple. We brought in 7,500 just in the purple. We have 2,500 remaining, and then it will be gone for the season. Please use QVC.com. Use the mobile apps. We're very busy. These will ship to you when it's appropriate. You'll get that great garden guide. You have the warranty behind it. But walk us through again, guys, what we're seeing here.
So here
How
we're
tall
seeing
will these get?
the beautiful pink. Now these are trees, but they're small trees. They only grow about 4 to 5 feet tall. So you can see all of those beautiful layers and layers of petals on that pink flower with that wonderful yellow center. They're so fragrant. The flowers are so big, they're so full of fragrance, just like every peony we love. I'm telling you, pick a place in your garden that you absolutely love, somewhere that you're going to see every single day, because even when they're not in bloom, they are some of the most gorgeous plants in the garden. Look at that plant. That is absolutely astounding. In my opinion, the foliage itself is so ornate and gorgeous.
With you too.
It's lobed,
really pretty.
it's beautiful. And the red is actually a symbol of wealth and prosperity. It's probably the most popular of all the tree peony colors over in Asia because it does bring that feeling of wealth and prosperity to the garden. And then the purple, of course, it's beautiful. 8 to 10 inch wide flowers that are fragrant, and they never get those ants. So that's an important feature that we have to remember.
And they don't flop, so you don't have to worry about it. They are more disease resistant than
That's right.
9,500 of you since we just introduced them about a week ago. 2,200 of you just in this show. If you want purple, we started with 7,500 for this season. 2,200 now remain.
Wow.
We have pink and we have red.
They're
so
very
buy
hard
them
for
in
us to
multiple.
get. So I mean, if
Are
you
they?
can get more than
Okay.
one,
I would get one of
recommend.
each of these three because the idea of getting them in these potted plants is you will not find anything. If you do find anything similar, it's going to be like 5 times as expensive. I'm telling you, these are really amazing plants.
Jane, is it time to talk about the birds and the bees?
Talk birds and bees and butterflies. Don't forget about the butterflies. And the butterflies in particular, the monarch, that we're going to try to give a little help to
Yes, Jane.
with this collection. This is a 3-piece collection